Right, it's day 15 and I'm back in my kitchen. I had a day off yesterday because it was Valentine's Day, so I had a bit of a chill out day, looking after myself, and I had a nice meal, made myself a nice meal, and I've got kind of the duplicate meal again today. So what I made was a chicken and mushroom pie, but the chicken was fake chicken, and I bought a little pack of the fake chicken that I think it's from Sainsbury's. I can't remember its name now, but it's quite a well-known, it's Sainsbury's own brand basically, but they have a whole range of vegan stuff. So I made a chicken and mushroom or fake chicken mushroom pie. I'd got some pastry left in the freezer, so I've just made this little pie. I had the same dinner yesterday. It's got a white wine sauce, really delicious. I had it with broccoli, roast potatoes. I made a little bit of a vegan gravy. All really, really good. So I made another one because the pastry I'd already defrosted and I realised it was enough for two. So that one I'm going to have tonight. I can't refreeze it because it's got pastry that was in the freezer already, so you can't refreeze that. I also made myself a little crumble, and I'd got a lot of the crumble mixture left, so I made another one. This I can freeze if I want to, however I won't do. I will cook this tonight. I'll have this for my dinner as a pudding, and the other half will probably have it for tomorrow's lunchtime. I've got lots of mixed berries in here, some apples, and then the crumble's made with a little bit of coconut butter, and it's got pumpkin seeds and some oats and a little bit of sugar. So it's not got a lot of sugar. I tend to reduce the recipe down by half. Whenever I make cakes or anything, I reduce the sugar by half because it's sort of like, it's too sweet for me, and it's got the fruit in as well. So they're going to be my dinner tonight, along with some veg. And the veg I got this out of my garden, basically clearing out now the beds for spring. So in here there was some winter cabbage, there's some Swiss chard, and if you've never grown anything and you want to grow some veg, I definitely recommend you grow Swiss chard, because it's just grows and grows and grows. And there's also some kale in there, also a great staple to have over winter. This is a time when there's not a lot left in the garden, so I'll have that tonight with that pie. And then I made myself some vegan butter, which is in here. And this was made, I'll show it you, because I had no butter left. And I went into a bit of a panic because I'm on this day 15 today of a 28-day challenge where I can't buy anything. All I have to eat is out of my cupboards. I can buy some fruit and veg, but that is all I can buy. So I've got no butter left, and I was like, okay, now what? It doesn't matter too much. You can use olive oil and things, but on toast and stuff, you want a little bit of a spread of some sort. So I made this. It was from a recipe off YouTube, and basically it's got apple cider vinegar, it's got coconut oil, it's got olive oil, and some aquafaba, which is the butter bean juice, or a chickpea juice out of a can. Okay, so you can save that. Don't throw that away. Just put it over a sieve, collect your aquafaba, and you can make all sorts of things. You can make cakes with it. You can make all sorts of treats. Now, do I like this? I mix it up. It took quite a long time to get it to this sort of consistency of looking a bit like a margarine or a spread. It's okay. I used a unflavoured coconut butter that I buy, and it doesn't taste of coconut, so it's just a pure oil. So that wasn't the issue. The issue is the aquafaba and the apple cider vinegar makes it smell a bit like mayonnaise. I'm not sure about the apple cider vinegar. If I make it again, I might put lemon juice in, because it needs this acidity to make it into a thickening agent. It sort of acts together. Would I make it again? I'd probably make it with lemon juice and try it again, but probably no. But if you wanted to have a go with it, it will get me by for the next 28 days. And I did have some on toast yesterday, and it wasn't too bad once it was melted, and with a bit of Marmite on the top or something like that. It was quite nice. But hey, that's my little get through the rest of the month. Okay, so I'm going to have a quick sip of my coffee. I haven't got a lot of coffee left. That is the problem. I'm only down to probably maybe four scoops of coffee left. So I'm going to have to ration it. And I love my coffee, but I can't buy any. So here we go. Okay, so I decided to do this challenge, so I have to suffer the consequences. And don't you just love it when you go in the back of the cupboard and you find something that you don't know what it is? You're like, what is this? So this has a little bit of a story. One of my yoga students went back to India to live. He'd had enough of being in the UK, and he's decided to rent his house and go and live back in India. So he had a clear out of all his cupboards, and he said to me, do you want to come round and pick up a box? And I've been sorting all these boxes out to give to various people. And so I'm leaning over for a book. And he gave me lots and lots of pulses, chickpeas, rice, and in there was this. And it had no label on, so I couldn't really identify it. It was like, what is this? So what it is mung bean. It's actually I had it all out here. It actually is a dried mung bean. So it's a split mung bean. So it's not completely, find the page now. This is a great book. So there it is, there's the mung bean. So I kind of identified it was mung bean. And it has some culinary and medicinal purposes. It says it's really good for the digestive system. And if you're not feeling very well, it's a good source of nutrition. So if you're feeling if you've had a bit of a cold and you're getting over it, having some mung beans, and you can make a lovely curry with mung bean. Okay, so it's split mung bean. So I now know what it is. So I made some mung. I used 1/4 of a cup, and it made up about a jar that size. So it made up a good, this is 500 mils, this jar. Made up about 500 mils of dal, the mung dal. So what I did, I made some more mung. I made a mung bean curry at the start of this challenge with some butter beans, some lentils, and loads of spices, tomatoes, coconut milk, and various other things. So I've made a dal here, which I'm going to have later on. So I use this instead of the can of the can of lentils. So this had a bit of a purpose. That's all I've got left. So I now know what it is, and I now know what to make with it. So how's my weekend been? It was Valentine's Day yesterday, as I say, and I made this dinner for myself. So I had a nice day looking after me. Had a nice bit of time in the garden. It was cold, but I'm hoping the sunshine is out now, so I'm hoping to get out there and kind of dig it over a little bit if I can. It's probably still quite hard, but pull out some of the old bits of Swiss chard, leaves that are all gone over, and anything else that just needs tidying up, ready for the spring. And I love this in between time of winter and spring. And this is a time when you can get all your seed books out, and you can look through them and get inspired of what to grow for the spring. I've already got a few little seeds growing in my summer house. I put them out there, and they're I forgot the name now. Ami Major, is it? Ami Major, I think it's called. They're lovely white, almost like cowslip type, not cowslip, sort of the big white-headed meadow flowers. And they're quite trendy. They're quite a trendy thing to buy. And you can't get them very much in the garden centre. So I grew about 20 of those plants. So hopefully if they all come true, they'll look amazing. And all of my alliums are all coming up, and I'm so excited because I bought quite a lot of allium bulbs when we went into lockdown, and I've always wanted alliums, so I thought I'll buy some nice pots and put them in the pots, so they're going to make a beautiful display. Hopefully I can see them from my kitchen window, so that'll be nice to look forward to. So I had a clear out through the weekend, and I found this little article. And it's 42 things to do instead of making, let me start again. 42 things to do instead of spending money. Probably could do with getting a voice transplant, because my voice sometimes has another way with me. Right, okay, so there's lots of things in here. Start a journal, listen to a podcast, take a bath, go hiking, go for a walk, all these things that we know. Clear out your clutter, which is why I found this. Give your garage a tidy up and then have a garage sale. Might not be able to do that right now. Visit a museum, probably can't do that now. So have a night out with your friends, a movie night, or have a night in movie night with your friends, probably can't do that. Visit your friends and family. We can't do that. So there's a lot of restrictions here. I was like, oh, this is sad. Okay, but one thing I did find in here, which I thought was quite nice, was about writing a letter. Write a letter to someone and then send it to them through the snail mail as a pleasant surprise. I thought it was really nice because we don't do things like that, do we? We don't take time to sit down with a piece of paper and write a letter and just send a message to send to somebody how you are and hope you're okay. It's just really nice. My mother-in-law, she always writes letters, and at Christmas time she always sends me a beautiful letter to say thank you for my gift that I've given her. And she sends my kids little letters, and she's in her 80s, and it's kind of what they did years ago. And sometimes those old-fashioned things have been lost, haven't they? So I thought it was a really lovely thing to do. And I think we could all do with that, sort of reaching out to somebody and saying, hi, how you doing? Yeah, so that'd be quite nice. And for them to get that, it's a really lovely surprise. It's something tangible, and you can reread it. I know we can send a text, but it's not quite the same. That is can be kept. And there might be something in there that's quite special that you want to keep. The other thing here was also researching your family tree. That was something I quite like. We've done our family tree for my family. My cousins did it for my father's side, and it's huge. It would fill my kitchen sort of from wall to wall. It's massive. It goes back to I think it's 1700s in Ireland. And there's some interesting characters on this family tree. There was some shady characters. There was also quite a lot of vicars. Yeah, so it's really interesting. So yeah, so it's just interesting to do your family tree. And my mum's side of the family, I know my cousin has done a family tree, but I haven't actually seen that. So that would be quite nice. But there's 42 things here to do instead of spending money. So I thought I might go through these with you over the next few weeks before we finish our 28 days together. I see if there's anything else to inspire you. So take some time today, maybe think of somebody you want to send a letter to and surprise them. I mean, that would be really lovely, and makes you feel good as well. I don't think there's anything else I need to say, except I'm quite hungry right now and I'm going to have my dal that I've made. So have a lovely, lovely day. Back here tomorrow on day 16. Don't know what I'm talking about. Hopefully everything will be okay. I've got no internet at the moment. My internet has gone down, so I'm still waiting for that to come back on. So hopefully, and I do apologise, my washing machine is on a big wash. It's such a lovely day. I thought I'd get my washing done and hopefully dry some of it outside. So enough of me rabbiting on. Have a lovely rest of your Monday, and I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.